It in time. Just about. Might be a minute late. I made it in time, but I'm not ready. Sorry, guys. I'm getting there, though. I'm just going to bring up my online Course Miracles. I got a lot on my mind. Well, okay. I don't have a lot on my mind. I only have one thing on my mind, but it's taken shape in different ways, different policies. Just give me a second here, guys. We got someone hanging out, right? So first off, before we even get to the Course in Miracles, let's talk about karma. Let's talk about karma and blessings. Karma, Sanskrit, means action, motion. Everything of the world is karma because everything is a consequence of something else. Ongoing. It's not punishment, it's not justice, it's not divine retribution, it's not you'll get yours. You did this to me, therefore you'll suffer. It is simply the consequence of an action, which is the consequence of the previous action, and on and on and on. Who knows what the first original cause was? Perhaps it was simply the breath of God. Perhaps even before that, it was an urge, a silent understanding to be. And that was granted. I have no idea. Hey, Sean. That's not good. You didn't get much sleep last night either, did you? Sean says I got an hour of sleep. I'm sorry to hear that, Sean. So, if the... Hey, Jace. Hello, my friend. Welcome back into monetization, Jace. I was sorry to hear that happen. Just technicality, you know, one form over another. Hey, Pretirement, how are you? Welcome, my friend. So, to reiterate, imagine karma. Karma is not punishment, not retribution. It is not justice. It is karma in Sanskrit means motion. It means action. Everything is action. Life is karma. You cannot be alive and escape karma because you are always thinking. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, that a thought is the ancestor, or the action is the ancestor to every thought. So thoughts are always occurring, actions are always happening. We're always involved in karma. Good and bad, or what seems good and bad. Really, as Shakespeare said, nothing is good and bad, thus thinking makes it so. We're simply living out the consequences of a previous action, of a previous action, of a previous action. Do you want to escape the entanglement of the karma of other people, or do you want to be a participant, which just creates more karma for you? There's the question. And that's where blessings come into being. You can be an openness, a spaciousness for blessings to occur. Someone comes to your life. Hey, Fishing and Chefing, my friend, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. You can be that spaciousness, the presence, for someone else's karma to be let go of. Or you can choose to participate in it, which just causes more of an entanglement for you. Now, not only are you experiencing the karmic effects of your own thoughts, of your own actions, now you're entangled. Term used in quantum physics. Two atoms coming together and being entangled within the action of beingness. Now you're entangled in someone else's space, someone else's issues, someone else's karma. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Someone comes into your life, be the grace, the openness, the presence, to give them a blessing. and let them come, let them go, however the case may be. Turn it all over to love itself. That's the essence of Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me. We're not saying I'm sorry to someone. We're not saying I'm sorry to ourselves. We're saying I'm sorry as in I recognize that we are both living out the karmic consequences of our previous actions. I forgive you because I release it. I no longer wish to be entangled in what you are offering. I wish you to be blessed. I wish you to know that you are holy, that you are loved, and we surrender. Thank you. Thank you is that great surrender. And I love you seals the deal. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And we release it and we are free from the consequences, from the karmic actions of other people. Why get involved? By involved, I don't mean not loving. I don't mean not helping. I mean not getting involved in the karmic consequences that others are bringing into your life. Why do you think that everything needs you to judge? Hey, Gravity, how are you? Hey, Songho, nice to see you. This says it's all vibrations, eliminate or emanate positive ones, and karma becomes love. Absolutely. Absolutely. We could say that love transcends karma. Love is the absence of karma because actions die within the embrace of love itself. Love is the ultimate karma. Let's see. Jay says, Mark Bro, hey. Appreciate you all being here. So, I know not everyone resonates with the word God. Fair enough. So, if I ever say something like I'm about to say when I talk about God, change it to the Tao, change it to vibration, change it to the word love. Whatever description resonates with you. Here's A Course in Miracles from the Manual for Teachers. A teacher of God. Now, our friend Jace, I'm going to change the word. I'm going to change the word from God to love. Jace is a teacher of love. That's all that Jace teaches. He does not teach exercise. Exercise is his demonstration of love. Jace's one and only message is openness, inclusiveness, and love. And he demonstrates that by offering you the gift of motion, the gift of fitness, the gift of health, the gift of well-being. So all Jace teaches, though, is love. Jace is a teacher of love. So what are the qualifications? This is what the Course in Miracles says. The qualifications for the teacher of love is someone, somehow, somewhere, making the deliberate choice in which he did not see his own interest as apart from someone else's. This is important to consider. A teacher of love is anyone who chooses to be one. His qualifications consist solely in this. Somehow, somewhere, he has made a deliberate choice in which he did not see his interest as apart from someone else's. This doesn't mean that you don't have an interest. This doesn't mean that you don't seek to make a living. It doesn't mean that you don't wish the best for yourself. But you realize that you're making a deliberate choice that someone else's interest is not apart from yours. In order for you to be successful, make someone else successful. In order for you to be kind, show kindness to someone else. In order to help anyone, in order to help yourself in any way, help someone else. I love the term abundance. You can't have abundance for yourself because that's not abundance. That is small. Abundance is all-encompassing. If you wish to be abundant, give the world abundance. Jay says, thank you, Eric. It's about finding that little pot of happiness called love and opening it up to all. Absolutely. And no one does it better. No one does it better than Jace. Notice, by the way, this isn't an accident. This is a cosmic coincidence that the name Jace rhymes with the word grace. Accident? I don't think so, my friends. Let's see. Gravity Core Fitness says, sorry I missed you, Jace. Just finished watching you. Nice, guys. So, I love that line in A Course in Miracles. Somehow, somewhere, he has made a deliberate choice in which he did not see his interests as apart from someone else's. Once he has done that, his road is established and his direction is sure. A light has entered darkness. It may be a single light, but it's enough. He has entered an agreement with love, even if we don't believe in love yet. He has become a bringer of salvation. He has become a teacher of love. And let's go a little bit onwards here, guys. So, this is the teachings of what the Course calls the Holy Spirit, what we could call the Tao. We could also call it Buddha consciousness. We could call it Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness. We can just simply call it love. I think that simplifies things because it does not have the baggage, although we have to realize that love, the actuality of love, isn't merely affection. It's not saying that I love you because, or I will love you as long, or I will love you for. Love is all-encompassing. All-encompassing. It does not make distinctions. You cannot say I love this, but don't love that. Love is awareness. Can you name one thing that you are not aware of? Because as soon as you name it, guess what? You're aware of it. Can you say one thing that you do not love? Guess what? As soon as you name it, you love it. However, this is what the Course says. Only love is real. Anything that is not love is an illusion. So if you name something and say, well, this love, if it isn't, then it is an illusion. Hey, Tandra. Tandra, how are you? So here's where the teachings begin. The teachings of love, the teachings of the Tao. To have, give all to all. To have love, give love to all. You want to experience love in your life? Give love to others. You want to experience prosperity in your life? Give love to others. Give prosperity to others. Give the gift of abundance to others. Be of service. This is what's offered in the prayer of St. Francis, which I've been writing about every morning. Here we're asked the second half of the prayer of St. Francis. Grant that I not so much seek to be consoled as to console. This isn't saying that I don't wish to be consoled. It's saying that I know in order to console others, in order to be consoled myself, I have to console others. In order to be understood, I have to understand others. In order to be loved, I have to love others. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, it is in dying to self, that small self, that we are born to eternal life. Tanya says, hey, Jace, and good, thanks, you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I got a little bit of a late start. I almost never get a late start, but I chose to stay in bed for about 20 minutes later. Hey, John, what's your favorite movie quote? Rowdy Roddy Piper. We are here. I am here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. What do you think of that one, guys? I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Also, you can't go wrong with The Dude Abides, The Big Lebowski. So maybe those two. Let's see. I was going to offer something else, and now I don't remember. In that same section of A Course in Miracles, Part B, of the plan of the lessons of love, the lessons of the Holy Spirit. To have peace, teach peace to learn it. We teach what we most need to learn. People often, I talk about all this stuff. We're going to need a bigger boat. That's a great quote too. That's an awesome quote. You can use that on almost any occasion, even if it doesn't fit, even if it doesn't apply, go ahead and use it just because. So yeah, a lot of people will say things like, Eric, this is easy for you because you've been practicing this for a long time. Exactly. I practice it because I need to learn it. I don't have this down packed. To have peace, teach peace to learn it. To have love, teach love to learn it. Every day I am presented with an opportunity that I don't feel like loving myself through. I'm presented with an opportunity that I can easily see as lacking love, that I can easily choose to attack instead of accepting. But it's a practice. I look at it and I pause, the great gift of the pause. Not everything needs my reaction. Not everything needs my commentary. I don't need to participate in the karmic consequences of someone else. I can let go. That also not only not entangles me within their karma and entangles them within my karma, it gives them a break. It gives them a blessing. Hey, Abby. Princess Abby says hi, Yogi, and everyone. Nice to see you, my friend. What a great gift you give to someone simply by offering them the presence of peace. I don't need to react to every single thing that crosses my path. Sorry. John says, can you imagine entering a black hole? I cannot. I cannot imagine entering a black hole. The concept is just too large. You know what I mean? I can think about it, but I can't imagine it. Or maybe I can imagine it on a small scale, but not the actuality of it. It said that Einstein formulated his theory of relativity when he was riding on a train and imagining that he was racing a beam of light. That is some serious imagination. John says you get what's called spaghetti fried. That doesn't sound very pleasant at all, does it? I've read that, information is never destroyed. That you could put information and drop it in a black hole, and it can be spread apart, disintegrated, whatever, but it always comes back as information. It's never lost. I don't understand how that works. I enjoy reading books on quantum physics. I understand zero of it, and I retain so little of it. But when I read it, I find myself nodding my head, thinking, this sounds and feels absolutely right. And then I finish the book, right out of my head. Tanya says, I went in the black hole at Alton Towers, and yet you emerged. Jay says, I would take that ride, John. Imagine if it was possible to survive inside. I think it is possible. If we are information itself, if we are a thought within the mind of God, if we are an expression of love, then we could be dropped within a black hole, and we could be spaghettified, and yet emerge the other end as whatever it is that we are. The molecules turn into light and heat. Tanya says, Jace, yeah? Information just gets transformed, like if you burned a book. Yeah, exactly. It just gets transformed. That's pretty awesome to think. Jace says, Tanya, what a classic roller coaster. Hey, is it a wooden roller coaster? I've heard that wooden roller coasters, there's something special about a wooden roller coaster. I have not been on a roller coaster literally in decades. Over 30 years. Over 40 years. Oh, man. Am I old? This occurred. I'm so used to saying something like 30 years ago. 30 years ago, guys, I'm just 29 years old. I wasn't even young 30 years ago. I was youngish. Tanya says, got thrown around a bit though. John says, what's the best car? Subaru Outback. Jay says, hi, or Jamie. Hey, Jamie, how are you? The Subaru Outback is the single best car that anyone can own, and I wish I still had mine. Man, I miss my Outback. One, I miss having a car. It has been a while. Well, a couple months. I had to get rid of my car during the COVID shutdown. I couldn't afford, it wasn't worth, it was 20 years old. It wouldn't pass the admissions. It would cost about $3,000. The car wasn't worth $3,000. And I already had another car. I inherited my father's car. However, due to the whole process of when I inherited it and not being able to, the executor of the will was sick, and it took almost 2 years before it was finally in my name and I could make the changes. It wasn't in good shape, and I had to sell it. So now I'm without a car. My high school girlfriend had a Mercury Cougar. Nice. I'm trying to picture Mercury. Subaru and Impreza for me, Yogi, had 7 of them, all turbos, a few car shows, and I was highly tuned. I don't know what I'm glad it's a Subaru. I love the Subaru logo. It's a symbol of the Southern Cross, which is also a symbol of the Pleiades, right? Of a star system. Our friend Scroll Sniper would know more about that. I'm going to look that up, Jace. I love Subarus. It seems to be a car with a message. For those who have a certain age, of which I am, if you remember back in the 90s, the Subaru Outback was represented in commercials by Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee himself, being chased by the bad guys, whoever the bad guys were. In truth, there are no bad guys. It's just people that we don't understand and who don't understand us. As Ramana Maharshi said, there are no others. But he was chased across the Outback. What was he chased in? A Subaru Outback, and they never caught him. So that's my dream car. One day, even if it's a used one, I hope one day I can get a Subaru Outback again. Jency said Goo Goo Dolls and Green Day. I'm going to go with Goo Goo Dolls. Great quote. That's another great quote. That isn't a car. This is a car. That's not a knife. This is a knife. By the way, that was my attempt at an Australian accent. Could you not tell the difference? That's not a knife. Yeah, I know. I can't do accents. Green Day sounds a little whiny. They like to think of themselves as pseudo-punk. They're just whiny. In my opinion. If you want to listen to punk, The Clash, London Falling, the single greatest punk album of all times. Some might say something by the Ramones. Some would say something by the Sex Pistols. All good choices. That's fine. I don't argue. But what I put out there, London Calling, is the single greatest punk album of all times. Tanya says, Yogi, 1955 with 5 days in the hold, 2000 plus. Tanya is on her way there. We can do this by the end of January, guys. Is anyone here has an extra device, an extra window, an extra moment? Even if you just watch an hour, that's an hour of watch time, guys. Let's help our friend Tandra. Let's get her to that 3,000 mark by the end of the month. We're just over halfway there, barely. 1955, absolutely awesome. Instead of saying teen, say dean. Like instead of 19, say 19. 19. 19. Why am I doing that though? What's new with you, John? We haven't seen you for a bit. I just brought up your channel. I just subscribed to you, my friend. I want to make sure that we are connected. I enjoy your company. Oh, there you go. Australian accent. Instead of saying 19, 19, 19, 19. Do I sound Australian now? 19, mate. I don't sound Australian. I could live in Australian for the next 30 years of my life, and I will not sound Australian. It always makes me smile. You have an American who goes visits England, Great Britain, anywhere in Great Britain for like a week, and they come back with a British accent. They think they come back with a British accent. Well, I've been in Britain for a week. I picked up the habits. I now say loo instead of bathroom. Man, I got to tell you, on a different subject, two things. It was so great to see our friend Jace in the morning. I got so used to starting my mornings with Jace's workout, and he's been busy, so he doesn't get the opportunity to do it quite as big, but it still like falls right into place. Every time I see him, it just becomes a great peaceful moment. Spending a few moments with Jace before I start doing my writing for the morning. Part of my practice in the morning is now putting Tundra up every morning. Oh, so yeah, it was great to see Jace. The other thing, it was great to see, as Jace said, that little badge next to my name. You need to have a term. What is it when you belong to Jace's community? Am I a Jaceite? Am I a Jason, son of Jace? Am I a Jasonite? What am I? A Jasonian? Do I belong to the Jasonian Institute? Do I belong to the Jasonian Institute of Motion? I like the sound of that. The Jasonian Institute of Motion. The Jasonian Institute of Grace. I can't wait until Tundra has her membership. I can be a Tundranite. Who doesn't want to join Tundra when you can be a Tundranite? You can be a Tundranite as well as belonging to the Jasonian Institute of Motion. I think maybe I'm getting slightly carried away. It's 5:30 in the morning, man. What else do I have to do? Tanya say put shrimps on the Barbie, but I still sound like an American. Let me combine John Z. Let's see. 19, mate, shrimp on the Barbie. Not even close. It is not working. All right. Yogi, you are a zini. It's Zena's channel. I can be a zini. I can proudly be a zini. John says, with a British chick, turns out she was American and just spent a semester abroad. Oh, my sister had her wedding in Santa Barbara, and after one, everyone went to a club. I partied with a British chick. Turns out she was American and just spent a semester abroad. I can't tell you how many times something similar has happened. I was friends with a girl who spent a semester in England. She came back, and it was everything British accent. One semester. She was 20-something years old. She spent her entire life in America. Came back after a semester, and she was fully Britishized. Jace says, say, good day, sport. What's your favorite color, blue? Good day, sport. What's your favorite color, blue? How do I sound? Jace says, or Tanya says, Jace, your membership are back. They are back. Finally unlocked last night. Due to a technicality. Tanya says, Jace, yeah, I got an email. Awesome. Hey, Easy. What's up, my friend? Hey, Easy. Before I get ready to make my breakfast, how did your job interview go? Hey, Kayla. How are you? Kayla, I was talking about you to a friend last night. I was telling a friend that I have a Kayla Boo policy every morning. And my policy is when I turn on my computer and when I go online to do my writing, to get everything set up for the day, if Kayla Boo is live on YouTube, she comes up and she plays for the duration of her live stream. It might be an hour, it might be 11 hours, it doesn't matter. As long as my computer is on, as long as Kayla is live streaming, the Kayla Boo policy is in place. Jay says, Kayla, good morning. Hey, Eve. Eve, how are you, my friend? Eve, 5,000 plus subscribers. It was my great, great privilege, my great, great pleasure, my great, great joy that Eve hit 5,000 here. Whenever something like that happens, it confirms why I have a channel to begin with. It is a place for others to have a little bit of joy, that we all share it together. John says, it's like when an American person awakens out of a coma and suddenly speaks with a Chinese accent. I've never heard that before. You guys ever seen the movie The Dead Zone or read the book by Stephen King? Jace is waving at Eve. Eve says, Jace, hey. Eve says, wow. Hey, Eve. Jace is back to being monetized. And our friend Tandra is at 1955 watch hours. We're so close. Eve says, how you doing, Jace? Jace says it went well. I booked the second interview for Tuesday. So that's a good sign. Thanks for asking, Eric. Absolutely, Easy. That is an awesome sign. Eve says, I'm doing well, Yogi. Awesome. And I am so happy to have achieved that milestone in your live, Yogi. And thank you for letting it happen here. It was going to happen. It was going to happen that day, no matter where you were. But man, you brought me a great gift for allowing it to be here, Eve. Thank you so much. Tandra says, or I'm sorry, John says, hi, Tandra. I feel like there's some kind of electricity between us. Eve says, Tandra. Hey, Danny. Danny says, good morning, Yogi. Good morning, Danny. Hey, thanks you for hanging out last night. I appreciate that. Jace says, Eve, I'm good. Thanks. Cleaning day. Washing machine is on. Vacuum ready. Dishwasher going. And floors to mop. How are you? It's a busy day, Jace. That's a nice kind of work, though. That's a nice kind of busyness, you know? Eve says, congratulations, Tandra. You are almost there, my friend. Yeah, at 1955, with 5 days held in the tank, she's well over 2,000. Definitely, for sure. Best Disney soundtrack? That I don't know. But I can tell you the best soundtrack of any movie ever. And that's Last of the Mohicans, which is also an awesome movie. Everything about that movie is awesome. As well, the soundtrack for Rushmore, excellent. The soundtrack to The Wonder Boys, featuring a whole lot of Bob Dylan. Can't go wrong listening to Bob Dylan, guys. Those are my top 3 favorite soundtracks. I don't really watch a whole lot of Disney stuff, so I don't know. Tanja says, thanks, Eve. Jason's waving at Danny. Eve says, Jace, that's amazing. I saw you earlier today doing exercise. He says, welcome, Tandra. And Jamie says, hi, everyone. Hope you're having a good day, Jamie. John says, Who Song and Rushmore is dope. That Who song. Oh, yeah, yeah. Man, well, I love The Who anyway. The Who live at Leeds. Can't beat that. You know, there's certain albums, the first time you heard them, time literally stops. Certain songs. When I heard Van Morrison singing Into the Mystic, time stopped. There was no such thing as time. There was just Van Morrison. There was just that voice. When I heard Live at Leeds, when I heard Janis Joplin sing Summertime, when I heard John Coltrane perform not Love Supreme. I can't remember the name of the song, the name of the album. These are the things, that's going to drive me crazy if I don't think of it right off the top of my head. I hope you guys, and Miles Davis, favorite things, sorry. Miles Davis, Blue and Green. Man, I wish everyone to have such a moment listening to some type of music. Hey, Balk. How are you, my friend? George says, that's a cool way to put it. John says, you are forgiven. Tanya says, YouTube Analytics says 2.4. So that would mean only 600. Balk, how are you, my friend? Hello, guys. Hope all is well. Thank you for the forgiveness, John Z. Damien says, so to the incredible Balk. Hey, are you guys all connected? Let's see. Eve says, Tandra, check on the earn button. That is the true watch hours. So what's the earn button say, Tandra? George says, that's a cool way to put it. Welcome, George. John says, for me, it's the Rage Against the Machine album. Man, I haven't really listened to Rage Against the Machine. But I will, for our friend John Z. Eve says, hello, Balk. Balk says, Jace Brill. Plus Saturn 7 planets in the sky. Everyone's saying hi. Eve says, Chandra, I will also play your playlist. Thank you, Eve. George says, I was walking at 3 a.m. You could see some planets plus Earth. Nice. I will be walking in a little bit. Angie says, hey, Yogi, how are you? Hope everyone's having a great day today. Hey, Angie. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you guys being here. We're going to wrap things up in just a moment. Jason's waving to Angie. Make sure you guys connect. John says, I feel like I've earned a blue wrench after all the chat prompts I've been given to show and expedite your perspectives. Hey, John, can I ask a favor? All right, well, let's go ahead. I'm going to take a chance. I normally ask people to show up just a couple more times, but I think you have. Hey, use it wisely, responsibly, and above all, use it lovingly. Use it to connect and to help people, to help yourself as well. Jay says, John, you need some content, bro. John says, that's all I ask of anyone. Be kind. Because you can really help people with a blue wrench. I'll live by the codes. And the code is always kindness. The code is always love. John says, Yogi earned 1955. Awesome. However we look at it, so it's still 1955, but it's still 5 days held. Because even the urn doesn't show what's being held, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't reflect it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're going to act as if 1955 anyway. John says, I'm just Eve. I'm just up, Eve. Thanks for asking. This is my favorite live stream of the day. I love doing all my live streams, but the morning is always so gentle. It's always so kind. We almost never, ever have any friction. I often have people say, I like Yogi's channel because it doesn't have any drama, or they say, I like Yogi, but his channel has a lot of drama. Here's the thing. It doesn't have drama, and it does not have drama. It always has what we bring to it. Me, myself, as I started the whole conversation with, I do my best not to involve myself within the karmic consequences of other people. I just want to offer a place where they can be, where they can bring whatever troubles they have and relax. They can choose to be responsive instead of reactive. Anytime you react, you are adding action. Remember, karma means action. If you're here and you find it's a place of drama, it's because you are involved in the drama of yourself and someone else. If you are here and you find it to be a peaceful place, it's because you're bringing peace here. It's not because of me. It's not because of anything that I've created. It's because of the space that we offer each other. Eve says, Yogi, you're very demure and calm. Thank you, Eve. Not only are those kind words, but you made me laugh and you made me smile. Eve says, Sandra, you will get 1K watch hours by February. And so it is. A decree by our friend Eve. Eve says, if you find it dramatic, you are involved in drama. There it is. There it is, guys. It's that simple. John says, you have a calming presence, so I don't know what drama you speak of. Thank you, John. But that's the thing. John, you came in here with a wonderful sense of humor. As well, very, very calm, very easygoing, not taking anything seriously. Helping the conversation flow, as you said. So it's a very, very calming place. As well as all of us are being responsive and not reactive. Jay says, Yogi, please explain. You have 2 speeds. It's slow and stop. It's only reading though. This is true. 2 speeds, dead slow and dead stop. Thank you, Jace. Eve says, all manifestations made in Yogi's channel always come to pass. Ask me and Goga. This is true. This is true. It's because we all invoke the presence of love. We all come together to help each other. Pizza time for me. Enjoy the pizza, George. Angie says, yep, kindness is all we do in oneself. Thank you, Angie. Perfectly said. All right, so Jason will be right back. Tanya says, Eve, yes, hopefully. We can make it happen, all of us. So I'm going to quote Emerson one more time, Ralph Waldo Emerson, when he said, the ancestor of every action is a thought. So we have a thought that Tandra is going to be monetized by February. And what do we do with that thought? We turn it into action by putting up her channel, putting up a playlist. Tandra has made things a little difficult. I'll be honest with you. Tandra has made things difficult for me because now I'm faced with an actual dilemma. Do I want to spend time with adorable sheep? Do I want to listen to the calming waves of Peacock Island? Man, do I want to spend 6 hours with an elephant and calf? Likeable, lovable penguins. What do I do? I could spend time with ducks, horses, kittens. Birdie bath time. There's so many options. I am torn asunder. Not to sound overly dramatic, I am torn asunder. I love Oscar Wilde, who said, "A true friend stabs you in the front." I love Oscar Wilde too. You can always find an Oscar Wilde quote to fit any occasion. Man, I'm a vegan, right? I don't eat regular pizza anymore, but there was nothing like leftover pizza reheated. It was awesome. Eve says, "It will come to pass, Tandra. It will." So what's it going to be, guys? Right now, it is between elephant, penguins, and ducks. I love ducks. I'm going to go with elephants. I'm going to spend 6 hours with elephants, guys. And there it goes. Eve says, "My goodness, Yogi, you're a vegan. I'm the opposite. I love meat." Yeah, I've been a vegan for, man, it's almost 16 years now. Never look back. However, I do my best. I'm not a preachy vegan, you know? I don't want to get up on a soapbox and tell everyone to do what I do. Do what you do. Do what's best for you. Eve says 16 years. Yep. The only time my vegan streak has been broken is when I've been running and I open my mouth to talk to someone and a fly or a bug flies in. That has happened more than one occasion. And my friends, they get no small amount of enjoyment when they see me swallow a bug, because then they start saying, "You're not a vegan anymore. You got to start over again." If it's by accident, it doesn't count. I have never purposely swallowed a bug. Tanya says, "Okay, let's hear it. What's it going to be, Tandra?" Let's see. John says, "That does not sound like a drama. That does not sound like a dilemma, and more like a dream. And it's torn thunder." What did I say? Torn at thunder? Turn at thunder. Thank you for that correction. Let's see. I like being torn at thunder. You know, the vibration of thunder rippling through us, tearing us, making us spacious. I'm defending my misspeak. George says, "When I turn 40, I'm going vegetarian. I'm 34. All right, 6 years. Enjoy the reheated pizza for another 6 years." He says, "I've not had one ad. Turn the back on, bro." I thought I had. Well, it's too late now. We're going to wrap things up. I'm going to make some oatmeal. John says, "I can Scott program where he hate gelato." Absolutely. I'm a fifth power vegan. Eve says, "You swallow a bug?" Only when, I'm running, I'm on the trails, it's in a race, I open my mouth to say something, bam. Told you two things. I talk too much and my mouth is too big. Hey, Sniper, I mentioned you earlier. Turn says, "It's okay. You pick now." We're with the elephants. I'm with the elephants for at least 6 hours. I am now committed fully to the elephants. Got another 2 hours. Stuart, new phone. Won't let Kevin Facebook. So you got 2 hours, 2 hours of sleep. Stuart says, I'm sorry, Stuart. Sniper, Grand Risings, Eric and all. Hope you have a good day today, Sniper. Jay says, "I'm sure that's how it all started. Swallowed a fly, then rather a spider to catch the fly, then a bird, etc. Vegan disappeared for years. This is it. I swallowed a fly, then a spider, and then I said, well, now I gotta swallow a chicken sandwich. Now I gotta swallow a pizza in order to get the spider. Before I know it, I'm eating meatloaf." George says, "You have a good day, everyone." You too, George. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, won't let me on. Phone won't let you on Facebook. Gotcha. Wonder what's up with that. 2 hours of sleep. Hey, Debs, have you ever practiced Yoga Nidra? Yoga Nidra, also called yogic sleep or psychic sleep, is listening to a guided meditation that brings you to that point between wakefulness and sleep. It is said that 1 hour of Yoga Nidra is equivalent to 4 hours of actual sleep. Very restful and restorative. And I will send you, if I remember, after my walk, I will send you a Yoga Nidra tape. Not of me doing it. I'm not yet certified Yoga Nidra. I finished the class. I haven't taken the exam. I keep putting it off. I just don't think that I have the voice for that. John says, interesting downward spiral. Chicken sandwich leads to pizza, which leads, yeah, to meatloaf. It could go in any order, probably. Meatloaf could lead to pizza. Pizza could lead to a chicken sandwich. Man, once you're on that downward slide, once you're spiraling, Steppa says, Woodlands is a great place to have a little cry. Yeah, it's comforting. I'm sorry, Sniper. I can only imagine. I don't know the details yet, but hey, my heart is with you, Sniper. Deb says, no, I haven't. Well, thank you. Yep, and it's so simple. It's so easy. You don't have to do anything but listen to the voice guide you to this place. And it's a natural place that you go to anyway. George says, surprisingly, I'm best at pull-ups on less sleep. Interesting. I am best at pull-ups when I was 20 years old. Less so now. I'm trying to gain my reps back, but I hit 13 about a month ago, and I haven't been able to get back to 13. When my all-time best unbroken, when I was actually in my 40s, was 37 reps. I'm thinking about getting straps because I've been doing my pull-ups after my kettlebell long cycle set. George says, I can do 3 nonstop. Congratulations. 3 is big. Every pull-up should be celebrated. Sprouts lead to lettuce, which leads to ribs. Maybe it's the other way around. Ribs lead to lettuce, which leads to sprouts. And eventually you're a breatharian, existing on breath itself. George says, I'm 6'6", 315, lean muscle. Man, that is big. That's a lot of muscle. And yeah, 3 pull-ups at 315. That's huge. Hey, Josh. Nice to see you, my friend. All right. Guys, I'm going to head off. I'm going to make some oatmeal. John says, is it pointless like Camus debates in the myth of Sisyphus? Yes, it is. However, we get to bring the point to any moment. We get to choose, sort of. Remember, in the reimagination of the myths of Sisyphus, Sisyphus pushes the rock up, the boulder, only to have it fall back down. But in the process, if you look, you'll see a very slight smile of satisfaction, of joy on Sisyphus's face. That's hard to say, Sisyphus's face. However, I managed to get it out there. There's a smile on his face. Do you know why? Because he knows when the rock reaches the top, it's just going to go back down, and he gets to push it back up again. Through that repetition, through the pointlessness itself, he finds meaning. The meaning is in the repetition itself. The meaning is in the joy that you can find in anything. That was the meaning that Viktor Frankl found in the worst possible conditions, being in a concentration camp. And he learned that through the forgiveness of his captors, those who thought to destroy his very existence were worthy of love and worthy of forgiveness. And that through forgiving them, he was able to preserve himself. Balk says, hope you all have a great day and night. You too, Balk. Thank you, my friend. And thank you, Josh Edis. Josh says, you inspire me even at 4:54. I appreciate you being here. People whisper steroids all the time. Yeah, anytime someone gets any kind of accomplishment, there are those who would wish to diminish it in some way, you know? The point is the task. Yes, the point is the task. The task at hand. What is the task at hand? And here's the point to every single task. Can I love this? Can I love myself through this? Can I love what I'm doing now? One of my favorite thoughts from A Course in Miracles is make it about them. As long as I make it about myself, as long as I think that there is a self to make it about, then I'm creating trouble, issues, problems. Hey, Batgirl, if I make it about others, the self that I think I am disappears in the presence of the love that I give to someone else. People can't be happy for others, jealousy, I guess. It always brings me back to Ramana Maharshi, when he was asked, the great sage in India, when he was asked by a follower, how do we treat others? And he smiled and simply said, there are no others. Man, I dislike ending the live stream, even though I have oatmeal waiting for me. I'm having so much fun talking to you guys. Great conversation because you're bringing so much to the table. From cold pizza, pull-ups at 315 pounds, swallowing bugs, eating meatloaf, watching elephants, Camus, and pushing boulders. So sometime today, guys, here's the ending thought. I mirror others, can't help it. That is the path of an empath. But you get to transmute that experience because now you have the gift of discernment and wisdom, Debs. So knowing that you're an empath, that you are mirroring someone else, you get to be that alchemical process of changing it and then giving it back to someone else. As you find yourself mirroring the action and the energy of someone else through the gift of being Debs, you transform it, that alchemical process of recognizing that everything truly is love, and then you give that back. Jamie says either he's not lean, not 315, or not natural. I don't know about that. You know, I see no reason to doubt George. Some people are just naturally big, you know. People existed at 315 pounds before steroids were even invented, right? Semper says, Jamie Brown, how long have steroids been around? Let's see, George says, I love you, Debs. You guys are awesome. So, here's my thought before I go. Today, each and every one of us is going to be confronted with our own boulder that we're going to have to push up a hill. Remember the gift of Sisyphus? It's not the struggle, it's the transformation of the struggle into loving the task at hand. Loving the task at hand. When we say make it about them, that's everything. It's the chair that you're sitting on. It's the phone that you're talking to. It's the people that come into your live stream or your life or whatever. It's the cup that's holding your coffee, the bowl that's holding your oatmeal. Everything is an opportunity to love. Steroids have been around for a long time, but not forever. George says, I look amazing. I have no doubt, George. I have no doubt. Who am I to say otherwise? By the way, I am subscribed. Just to make that connection. All right. 1932, Jamie. That's all. Yeah, that's not that long. Steroids not good. Create a yeast storm in body and gut. Don't want to be caught up in a yeast storm, that's for sure. That doesn't sound good. Deb says, I'm not sure her blood work perfect. Oh, my friend, 300 pounds. She leaves me in the dust with activity level. So my point would be, our friend George says 315 and lean. I could say, no, you're wrong. Or I could say, well, that's what George says. Why should I doubt him? You know, I don't know George. I've never seen a photo of George. So, you know, I don't want to debate the issue. I don't want to debate something I don't know. Why would I? Anyway, George says, I'm listening. Deb says, everyone different and special. Don't forget that. Absolutely, Debs. Hey, Debs, remind me to send you the link for Yoga Nidra. It's all genetics, and genes are still about today's. Well, again, for me, the issue is why I don't want to be an issue of discord. If I don't know, I don't know. Here's what I do know. I'd like George. He's a friend. If George says he's 6 foot plus, 315 pounds and lean, why would I argue? If I came here and you didn't know me, you didn't see me, if I was just a voice, and I said that I don't wear glasses, I have a full head of brown hair, would you doubt me or would you believe me? Hey, Life, how are you, my friend? All right, regardless, I have a bowl of oatmeal waiting for me, but I got to make it first, and it ain't going to make itself. Guys, thank you. In any moment, we can choose peace. Does arguing about something that we don't know about bring you peace? Or does it not bring you peace? There it is, guys. George says, I'm not sure. I just work out a lot and walk and run. There you go. All we need to know. And as Deb says, Jamie, it doesn't matter. Imagine that as a mantra. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Any argument on social media, it doesn't matter. Zero. All right. Our friend Life is good. I'm happy to hear that, Life. My love to you all. Take care, guys.